Hello guys, welcome to Brand Recre's review of WrestleMania 37 Night Número 2. And we continue from yesterday, which we had night 1. Yesterday was a very mediocre night with 3 great matches and the rest of bad and mediocre stuff. It was not a very good way to kick off WrestleMania. If we look at it as 2 separate things, it was bad. So, how was night 2? Well, let's find out. What the fuck was this? Bray Wyatt, The Fiend versus Randy Orton. This is the feud that's been going on for months. For months. Randy Orton already beat The Fiend at TLC. So I think it was obvious that The Fiend was going to win tonight. No, we decided we're not going to do that. After The Fiend came out in an epic, awesome entrance with his original look, except he changed, I guess he has like a jacket now. He brought his original mask back, fucking looking awesome, looking dope, looking beastie. Yo, this shit was fucking awesome. The entrance was great. I loved it. I really loved it. So, the match was very good so far because it started, and for the most part, Bray Wyatt was just dominating whenever Randy hit some moves. Bray Wyatt, no sold. No DDT, stood up in 2 seconds. Against the announcer table, stood up when he bounced back from the hit and just hit the mandible claw. Yo, it was being excellent. It was made to fucking look like Bray Wyatt was just gonna destroy Randy the way he destroyed Finn Balor in his debut back at SummerSlam 2 years ago. But no, that is not what happened here. We decided that Randy's going to beat The Fiend one more time on Mania because him losing all them years ago on Mania was not fucking enough. So what happened? After Bray Wyatt nearly dominated the entire match, some weird shit happened. First of all, I don't know why we're back to the whole red light shit. I've never liked that. That's no. Drop the red light. It didn't work before. It won't work now. Anyway, when he was going to finish Randy Orton off with Sister Abigail, he let him go. There's Alexa Bliss now with a different look to her entrance. She had like black blood coming out her fucking like forehead down. And Bray Wyatt was just looking at her. I was thinking, you know what? Shit, they're gonna kill Randy. Like, is she giving him powers? Like, this is the fucking world of wrestling. Is she giving him fucking abilities? Stretching out her arm, blood coming down, the fan chanting, holy shit, holy shit. I was loving it all. And what happened? Randy got up, turned him around, RKO, 1, 2, 3, because now The Fiend, we know his 2 weaknesses, the jackhammer by Goldberg and the RKO by Randy. But the fucking curb stomp, no, that shit is shit because he ate like 10 of them. Whatever. This shit was a great entrance for Bray. It was pretty booked pretty well because Bray dominated, but the fucking ending, you had to go and fuck it up. This shit, it's insane. What the fuck are we doing here? The match is getting it down because even though the entrance for The Fiend was awesome, even though the match was mostly booked towards The Fiend's favor, the result, it fucking shitted on the whole thing. The result shitted on the whole thing. It has left a bad taste in my mouth going for the rest of the pay-per-view. This is not what we needed. This is not what Bray needed. What the fuck? The man can't win, can he? He loses to Goldberg. He loses to Randy twice. He wins the Universal title. Loses 1 week later to Roman Reigns. Fuck this. Down. You know what? No, this piece of shit does not get a down. It gets the middle finger. Fuck you. Let's move on. Next we have, after the stats, that was the first match, then we had Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, defending their titles against Tamina and Snuka. Now, it could be because my hopes and expectations for this match were very low, like on the floor low. It could be because of that I actually really did enjoy this match. Or maybe just it was a good match. But I think the fact that my expectations were so low helped to benefit the match. Honestly, this was honestly a pretty good back and forth match which Tamina gave us one of her best performances ever. Tamina in 10 years has never been the most impressive of the female roster, but she honestly did great. Honestly, she did great. Imagine fans were chanting Tamina, Tamina. When did that ever actually happen? Like, I have to ask. I don't remember that ever did. And honestly, it was a good back and forth match. Some would argue that Natalya and Tamina should have taken it, but it was Shayna who put Natalya to sleep while she had the sharpshooter on Nia Jax, and it was a good ending. It gave Nia and Shayna a legitimate win because lately they only win and defend successfully with somebody's help, whether it be Reginald, Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair. Somebody always plays a part in them defending. So the fact that they got a clean victory here made them look like the monsters they should be looking like. So the fact that they retained with a legit victory was the right move. If you ask me, I'm okay with the decision. Mainly because I love Shayna Baszler. Maybe that's why. But I was okay with the decision. If you feel like Natalya and Tamina should have won, I can understand it. Going into the match, they weren't very, I wasn't excited. But during the match, they really got the fans behind them. Like I said, especially Tamina. And honestly, it was a good match. I give credit where credit is due. And it's going to get an up. It also helps that what they followed was a fucking disaster of a disappointment. Maybe that helped. After such a shitty ending to the first match, the fact that we had a legit good wrestling match to follow, that also could have helped. The match is gonna get an up from me because honestly, they did a good job, and honestly, I was not expecting much out of them, and I was very impressed. So it gets an up from me. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. What can be said about this? This is a match we all knew was going to be great. These men have gone at it multiple occasions in the past. They never fail. They always deliver. And this was no exception. Tonight was an excellent match. Definitely back and forth. Both men gave it all, everything they had. At certain points, I really thought Sami was going to get the win. In other words, I just told you, Kevin Owens won the match. But Sami was really close to winning at two different points in the match. I really thought he was going to get it. Kevin Owens won the match, hit him with the stunner. Honestly, the match was a very good back and forth. It was just excellent. These two have excellent chemistry. They never, ever fail to deliver. Like, they always delivered. Could be because they're real life friends. Could be because they fought so many times. And honestly, I think Kevin Owens was the right choice to win because Sami's that heelish heel fucking guy that it made sense that he'll be fine. He'll recuperate from this. Honestly, Kevin winning was excellent. The match was good. Like I said, it was one of their best. They never failed to fucking... Man, they always... Go watch this match. This is without a doubt, a match you gotta go watch. Sami, Kevin Owens. Once again, some people be like, oh my god, they're gonna go again. They're gonna fight again. But honestly, with everything that they put here, it's hard to not see why they're always going at it. And go see this match. Fun fact... After the match ended, well, Logan Paul came back into the ring, was talking with Sami, and then he went to celebrate with Kevin Owens. Sami was angry, sent them both to hell. So Kevin Owens did what Stone Cold would have done. I was like, yo, this is Stone Cold moment right here. He fucking hit Logan Paul with Stone Cold Stunner. Well, more like the Stunner. It's not Stone Cold. The Kevin Owens Stunner. And then he left. Honestly, good match. Good after the match promo. So go watch it. Without a doubt, go watch this match. From one match of the night candidate to another, back to back. The pay-per-view started off rough, but then the pay-per-view started getting out better and better with each match because the tag team match was good, then the Kevin match was even better, and then we hit this point in which Sheamus versus Riddle was an awesome fight. This was not a match, this was a fight, back and forth, hard hitting, hard punches, hard kicks, hard everything. Honestly, this was intense. This was excellent. This is a match you have to go watch. I don't really want to say a lot, but this is a match you have to see. Riddle, Sheamus, great chemistry, back and forth, hit each other with their best move. But the ending to this match, with Sheamus hit the bro kick I'm so excited. With Riddle bouncing off the ropes as he was doing a flip in midair. Brutal, busted Riddle's mouth open. The 1, 2, 3. Sheamus is now a 3-time United States champion. And honestly, depending how the rest of the night goes, well, We'll talk about that later on. This is the match of the night. As full far, this is the match that you have to go see. This is the match. Go see it without a doubt. Hard hitting. Sheamus has been on fire for the past couple months. This is what we're going to call main event Sheamus. This, hopefully, the beginning of something for Sheamus to be world champion in the future. This is not getting up. This gets the heavy metal horns for awesome because this match was pure fire. Fired in all cylinders. Go watch this match. Sheamus is good. Riddle is good. And they were just fucking brutal. Go watch this. This was a fight. Big E vs. Apollo for the Intercontinental Championship was a match I honestly going in didn't care. The feud was going on for too long. But the match itself, the Nigerian whatever something match, I don't even know the name, is essentially a no DQ match with a bunch of like fucking shit outside like they love to do. Honestly, the match is good. It was never gonna follow up better. It was never gonna be better than Riddle and Sheamus and Kevin Owens and Sami. But the match itself was actually good because it was no DQ, candlesticks and all that. Apollo retained, Apollo gained the title with help from a Nigerian prisoner. Apparently some prisoners actually escaped Nigeria. So I figured it was probably one of those guys. So, no, it's just a joke, but whatever. Yeah, with his help, who chokes on Big E, he essentially won the match because Big E was going to finish him off with the big ending, but this dude just decided to go in and give Apollo the assist. The match itself was good. Like I said, it was no DQ, candlesticks, a lot of candlesticks. Like the match started, and there was just candlestick after candlestick, just back and forth between both of them. So the match was, again, this is one of those where my expectations were low, and that kind of helped the match feel better than it might actually be. But the match itself was good. Was it better than Kevin Owens and Sami? No. Was it better than Riddle and Sheamus? Hell no. But it was actually still a solid match. It wasn't terrible. It was just a solid, decent, good match. Next up, the match before the main event was Asuka and Rhea Ripley in a very good, solid match. Now, the match was not as fast-paced, as hard-hitting as I thought it was going to be. It's a little bit more slow-paced, but it was still a good encounter between both women. So, who won out of the woman who lost to Charlotte last year, or was it the woman who lost to Charlotte all years ago? Neither woman has ever won a Mania, pretty much. And that was Rhea Ripley, our new Raw Women's Champion. Well deserved. Like I said, the match wasn't as hard hitting as I thought it was going to be. But honestly, it was a very good match. It was still enjoyable. Again, compared to some of the other matches we had, again, I'm going to say it again, Riddle and Sheamus, Cesaro, that was yesterday. The Kevin Owens and Sami one, it was hard to follow that. It didn't reach those heights. But it was still a good, solid match. Honestly, I'm happy it gets an up. Rhea Ripley was the right choice, the good choice, the correct choice. So, let's see what's up for Rhea Ripley in her new run as Raw Women's Champion. Now, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping they don't fucking fuck it up in the weeks to come. In the main event, we have Roman Reigns versus the Royal Rumble winner, Edge versus the guy who's into threesomes, Daniel Bryan, because he's the second time he gets in the main event of WrestleMania to make it a triple threat. So who was the winner of this triple threat? Well, honestly, this was a really good match. It was honestly, what the fuck did you expect? This Roman Reigns, this Edge and Daniel Bryan. Everybody did their thing. Everybody had their moments. At certain points, I thought Edge was going to win. Really, at one point, he had both enemies, like there's some fucking thing, both wrestlers down for the concerto. And I was like, for a second, I'm like, yo, Edge is taking this. Daniel Bryan's going to get pinned because clearly a third person in here is here just to protect another person. It's normally how some of these things work. You have a third opponent to eat the pin to protect the other loser. But granted, that went down the drain here because of how this ended. How did this end? By having Roman Reigns pin both opponents. So there was no weak link here. He made both of them look like his bitches. Honestly, listen, the match started off really interesting because as soon as it started, Roman just fucking blew fucking Daniel Bryan out the park. And then Jey Uso, who was outside, started super kicking everybody, except Roman, of course. Which makes sense. No DQ, Uso's out there, might as well make your ass useful. It makes sense. It made perfect sense. Eventually, he was running out. Edge took him out with the execution on the steel steps, so he was taken out. So then it became a fair triple threat. Everybody played their parts. At one point, Roman got hit with a spear outside. Roman broke the announcer table with Daniel Bryan. Honestly, everybody was just had their moments, honestly. I don't think there was an, oh my god, Daniel Bryan might win moment. I don't think there was. I don't remember there being. At one point, fucking Edge had the crossface on Roman Reigns, and then Daniel Bryan came and joined them with the yes log. They both had him there. I honestly thought for a second they were going for a draw. Roman was going to pass out. We're going to be declared 2 winners. And then, well, that'll be the next story. Who is the true Universal Champion? That's what I thought was going to happen there. But no, that did not happen. Then they started arguing with each other, fighting, headbutting each other. But the end result was Roman Reigns is still your tribal chief, still your Universal Champion. And honestly, that was the right call. That's the call I wanted. That's what I was hoping for. So I got what I wanted. I'm happy with it. Honestly, the match is getting up. The match was really, really good. Everybody played their part perfectly. Everybody was there to, Roman Reigns was there to be the powerhouse heel. Edge's a fucking evil bastard because he's been fucking, he's a rated R superstar. And Daniel Bryan was there to be the good guy babyface who, can win it all with heart. Honestly, go watch this match. Honestly, this match was really good. This was a really good, solid main event, and you should definitely check it out. And that closed off WrestleMania 37 Night 2. So how was WrestleMania 37 Night 2? It was really good. Honestly, a big improvement over Night 1, in my opinion. Because in Night 1, there was 3 matches I enjoyed. The rest, I gave downs. Pretty much so everything. Here, everything pretty much got an up, except for the bullshit opener. But I think I raged enough about that. I don't know what the fuck. It seems like they're gonna split fucking Bray and Alexa. I don't agree with that. But the whole pay-per-view overall, it gets an up. It was really good. It was really solid. WrestleMania Night 2 was really solid. Night 1 wasn't very solid. Honestly, you have one mediocre night and one good second night. So what can I say? Like I said, the fucking trash-ass opening kind of ruined it. But the rest of the night was just good match after good match after good match after good match. Even some of the stuff that wasn't the best, it was still pretty solid enough to be enjoyable, honestly. If I had to pick a match of the night, then, well, it was definitely either the main event or definitely Sheamus Riddle. Those 2 matches were on fire, but you can't also shit on Sami and Kevin Owens because that match was also fucking straight fire. If I had to pick a top 3 matches tonight, those would be the top 3. But honestly, you could pretty much check out almost this entire night because almost everything was good except for the opening. Just fuck the opening. So, well, that was my review of WrestleMania 37 Night 2. A much better night than Night 1. So, I hope you enjoy the pay-per-view, my review. If you did, like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you have, thank you for having subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it a lot. This has been Brian Redgrave. Brian Redgrave's going to sleep because it's like almost midnight and I work at 5 in the morning. Good night. Take care. See ya.